Thanks for tuning in with us here at 3 Point View. We're drinking beer and talking sports is what we do. You picked us, but who did LeBron pick? Who did Steph Curry pick? For the first time ever, they had the two leading vote getters draft their team. The messed up thing that we all talked about was they didn't televise it. They didn't want to hurt.
No.
They didn't want to hurt their feelings. Are you kidding me?
What about the feelings of the players that didn't make the list, like the snubs
Or the All Star team?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about in general. The snubs, you know. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut.
Oh no! I'm just saying. And when you go with the snubs, the fact that Draymond Green and Al Horford made the team, and initially Paul George and Chris Paul, who Chris Paul is on a rampage this year, weren't even on the team, not even reserve. Right. Come on now.
So if you're worried about people's feelings, it's part of the process at this point.
You should be happy that you're on the team, period. And after that, everybody's a winner because you're voted the top 5% or whatever it is in the entire league. So
in Draymond Green's defense, though, out of all the All Stars that have averaged 7 assists, 7 rebounds a game, only him and LeBron have done at least 12 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds a game.
But what's Chris Paul's stat line this year?
Well, Paul, he's averaging just under 20, like roughly around 7-8 assists, but they're 24-5 with him in the lineup.
Wow.
So, with that said alone, you award winning, right? Why isn't he there?
I'm guessing because Kevin Durant, I think it was released that Kevin Durant was LeBron's first pick.
Yeah.
What do we think about that?
I thought it was great.
It's common sense. Yeah. He wants to win a game.
Right.
So Durant is playing defense finally. Steve Kerr has got him to buy into this whole defense thing. So that was Durant's knock for the longest time. He can score. Yeah. Everybody looked at him as like a Bernard King, like a great scorer, but not a championship pedigree. Mm-hmm. Now he's upped his level. He's upped his game up the level. Now he's playing defense. He's averaging how many blocks per game now?
Almost 2.
Almost 2, which is great because it's like we know you're 7 foot or close to it. So why don't you play like it?
He's
and now
hustling. He's hustling on defense too.
Yes.
It was a game against the Celtics last night. They had an open 3. Shane Larkin had an open 3. Durant was all the way on the other side of the court. And he ran over. And, normally, like, if it was the Cavs, they would just be like, all right, shoot it. He ran over there and put his 7-foot frame up in front of that shot, to distract it. And hopefully he got a miss, and they got a miss.
That was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
How did Al Horford make the team? I don't even think. I think he's playing the 4th best on his team right now.
But he's averaging double digits in points, almost double digits in rebounds, and he's the leader on that team in assists.
Which I do understand.
Over Kyrie.
I do understand the argument for him to be there, but the argument is much greater, in my opinion, for the 2 guys that we have on our snub list.
I thought Drummond should have been over. Horford.
There's quite a few guys that could have been in over it. So yeah.
So if I was from another planet, never seen the game of basketball before in my life, just walked on this earth and saw Paul George play, any idiot in the world could see that he's a top 5 player, maybe top 10 in the league. And you don't make the top. You don't make the top 24. Are you kidding me?
He's 3-and-D too.
Right.
On top of
he's like top in steals. Is he close to the top?
Leader in steals.
Lead leader in steals. One of the smoothest shooters in the league.
Averaging 20 a game.
What does this guy have to do? Is it because he's been in Indiana so long? Is it because he's stuck out?
He's made 4 All Stars.
Yeah. I don't get how they snub him completely.
Yeah, it was weird. You know what? And I'm gonna go on a rant to say this. I actually think with Boogie going down and Paul George being added to LeBron's team, LeBron's team got even better.
Yeah. Right.
Because of the chemistry between Westbrook's there too. You know what I mean? This is like he's got boom, boom, boom. Like I understood the getting Boogie and Davis, so you had like that. But now you lost one, but you managed to actually pick up another teammate of somebody you already had in your roster. I think it's gotten better.
I'm going to take it a little further.
Go ahead.
And Paul George now playing on LeBron's team, he's seen what Kevin Durant did going to Golden State. So now LeBron could go wherever he wants after next year. Paul George, same thing.
But in LA,
you never know.
Everybody knows. It's no secret. Paul George wants to go back.
He
to
wanted
LA.
to be in LA.
I don't know, man. He's building a good relationship with Russell Westbrook over there in OKC.
I get why Carmelo didn't make the team.
Right.
He's still a great scorer and everything. but he is not the player that he used to be.
You know, he's averaged 20 points a game every year of his career, except for this year.
Well, he's splitting time. With
yeah,
them.
that
Well,
he actually. Well, he's just now. I say in the last month figuring out his role with the team. Like he was.
That's
The
perfect
whole
role
team
for
was
him,
struggling.
because he's a good
Well,
shooter.
yeah, come in and score when you need be.
Yeah.
Here's a fact for you. Who do you think of as the most clutch game-winning shooter as far as who you'd have to give the ball? Everybody says Jordan all time. We're not talking all time. We're talking current players.
Current players?
I'll even throw this in the list. All time. Game-winning shots.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see Carmelo Anthony has the highest percentage. But then
Really?
again, he doesn't have those big playoff games,
Right,
the finals games. So everybody thought Jordan was such money. Kobe's Kobe's percentage is not that high, but everybody remembers because he played in big game situations.
No.
Of the current players in the league right now, and it's going to kind of pain me to say this, but I truly feel that it's Kyrie.
I believe
if I got to put the ball in somebody's hand at the end of the game, I think it's him. Like I mean, there's other choices to go. Durant's a damn good option, but just for some reason,
I would say Durant just because of the height.
Yeah.
Like
just how can you guard it?
Get it over.
I would say Kyrie just because I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I've seen it. I'm not saying I haven't seen it at Durant either, but Durant has that team has so many options. I wouldn't even be mad if you put it in Steph's hand to win that game, or
Steph or Clay,
or like any of them. You know what I mean?
Draymond, he better not shoot it.
I can't stand when Draymond's so wide open you could drive a truck through the holes and then he hits it and then pounds his chest.
Right.
I'm like, really? It's kind of like the old guy at the Y with the high socks, like running suicides. But yeah, like, dude, you're there because you have no respect. That's why you're wide open. So who do you guys take to win this game? Now you said that LeBron, by adding Paul George and losing
I think
Boogie.
LeBron's team, when I looked at it, I thought it were
I
thought
head and
like,
shoulders above. Like, wow, okay, he's got a career as a GM if he decides.
Right.
They actually asked what's his name on TNT?
Barkley?
The other one.
EJ.
Yeah,
Kenny.
Ernie.
Barkley's always talking shit.
Ernie said
Always.
Ernie said that LeBron, you think you have a future in being a GM, and he didn't deny it. He was like, well, he looks like he might be like a Jordan where he buys a team, or
I can see him and Durant buying the team together.
I would love for Dan Gilbert to come off and say, you know what, I want to sell the team. This has been conversation in the last year or so. LeBron, will you stay if, when I'm gone, I'll sell you the team for this price?
Right.
This is your squad. And I think he would actually be able to get LeBron to stay on.
You can't put a price on it, though, because the way
you're not
change with TV deals and
not
everything
so. It's
else
actually kind of illegal to do that. Per se.
Right.
because in reality,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In reality,
LeBron's got the money. And if he ain't got the money, he could ratch on to...
Oh, tons.
You know.
Tons.
yeah, because if they had the ability to give LeBron a percentage of the team ownership and then backload the contract so that he didn't get paid, they would do that. But like he said, it's illegal to do that.
Yeah.
So just like, wasn't that like with Jay-Z or somebody where he couldn't own this or that? Or
there's a few
With the Nets
guys.
and all that.
yeah, stipulations and so on and so forth. So Boogie, was this his first All-Star game or no? So first starting, was he a starter for the first time?
Not sure.
Okay,
Not
so
sure.
he went down towards Achilles. That's a shame in itself.
There was only like a minute 4 left in that game too.
Oh my god!
And
I
televised.
it really
Televised
didn't
game.
look that damaging. I mean, other than the fact he had to be,
Right.
hobbled off at the end,
you
but
see
his
when it
landing
happened,
didn't
how
seem
he,
that bad.
How he came down backwards, right? So his toe hit, then his heel hit. So like the calf, the thigh, all that pressure hit that Achilles, and then he jumped up one more time, and then that was it. Like couldn't do it again.
Like I've seen Achilles injuries in the past, and you could actually see it, especially with a close, you could see like the ripple in the calf muscle. Like I didn't see it, so I was sitting there like, oh, it'll be fine. He like twisted something. Then the news came out. I'm like, oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
Well, for the Clippers, Lou Williams, he's having
23 a game.
23 games.
23
Then he dropped
game.
50 a couple times this year.
He
the guy
dropped
that got
50
stretchered?
once against Golden State, but 40 points about 4 or 5 times this year.
What, he wasn't even mentioned.
Well, no, because he's not eligible. because you have to have a certain amount of games starting to be eligible.
Really?
Because he came off the bench.
Oh, so that's what put him. Because I'm just saying he.
But he probably wouldn't have made it anyways. But he was the most popular underdog. Come on, Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lou Williams did not make it, and Boogie's out. Paul George taking over. We know Carmelo's not playing. What matchup in the All Star game? Now that they're flip flop, are you?
I want to see Durant guard Curry.
Yeah, I was just saying.
I want to see Durant guard Curry.
Or vice versa. I want to see Durant dunk on him. I want Curry to be in the way.
Curry will
I want to see Durant dunk on Draymond, but I want to see Curry put Durant on skates.
That'd be.
I want to see him play a little bit of defense.
You think he can put him on skates?
Oh yeah.
I just want to see him play a little bit of defense.
I do too.
It was 100. Was it close to 200 last year?
God, it was 198 to 196.
It was just NBA Jams last year.
Yeah,
they're not going to play defense. It's just not going to happen.
Because if they get hurt, then
still.
What was it for?
Back in the day, I want to say it changed probably 96. From 97 up, the All Star game has really been crappy. Defense wise and everything like that. But from 96, 97 down to what? I was born in 82.
Oh, when guys actually gave a crap about their egos a little more.
They went at each other.
The egos aren't the same. They're not. They're buddy buddies.
It's all business oriented.
Yeah.
The fact that LeBron picked Durant first,
Yeah.
straight out says they're buddy.
No.
But they were friends prior,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, all of them are friends. Kyrie just came off and made the statement well, no, not so much Curry, but he was talking about LeBron.
They were at that wedding
making fun of LeBron.
Making fun of LeBron. Well, Kyrie came off and said that there's nothing that's ever going to break the bond between him and LeBron and Caleb. So they're all friends. Yeah, they're all friends.
Aspect of it.
I mean, I don't know. I think what we touched on last week with the way of it being televised, having these guys show up in the gym and pick.
I like that one.
This is another reason why I like it. Right now, they all know who's on each other's team. Okay, so it's all kind of by the time it gets here, it's all going to be like, if they don't know, and you're picking, I'm picking Durant, I'm picking so, and it's fresh, and then they have to go out and immediately play. I think the competitiveness would be a little bit more, I'm not going to get showed up.
Who out of all these guys, you talk about the competitives, who out of all these 24 guys is the most competitive?
Westbrook.
Yeah, probably.
Westbrook. Did you see Westbrook thought he got picked last?
Oh, because it was in alphabetical order.
It was John Wall and then Westbrook, and they asked him about it. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I see that I got picked last." And Carmelo Anthony's in the background, like, "Yeah, you got picked last." Blah blah. blah. And then the reporter is like, "No, it was in alphabetical order." He's like, "Oh man, see, I knew it. I knew I was picked first."
Well, we want you to continue picking us as your favorite podcast. And don't forget to look us up on Instagram, Twitter. Send in what you guys think the biggest snubs were. And we'll be right back at you with 3 Point View.